Bombshell Brunches, where your hosts Raquel Rodenberg and Christina Lau sip and spill with badass babes every Tuesday morning. Hello!
It is
Tuesday. Welcome.
Welcome to the depths of winter.
Oh yeah.
For half of the world.
Yeah. The southern half.
Yes, we're jealous of you right now.
That's right. We are. Oh my gosh. Welcome everybody. Christina and I talked about doing a winter special, winter WONDERMIND, if you will, because winter kind of sucks for a lot of reasons. And also a lot of the reasons that winter is amazing and beautiful, not everyone's going to get to celebrate this year the way that they're used to. A lot of families are separated, and it's a different scene. So, we wanted to extend a wintry hug from us to you guys, and this is our way of doing it. So I'll let Christina explain exactly what today is going to be comprised of.
Well, first off, thank you, Raquel. The two of us have been looking forward to this for probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months now. And we're in our pajamas. So if you need to, if you need to go and get comfy, press pause at this moment and come back to us when you are settled and have your favorite beverage. For us, this is wine. This is wine in a teacup for me. So cheers to surviving and potentially thriving. And we believe in you, and we believe that we've done what we can. So I've taken a nice little sip. If you're not watching on YouTube, I do recommend that you join us on a video medium this time. And I hope that we do present things that you will want to listen to repeatedly, because we have 3 exceptional artists for you tonight, and we don't want to fill your brain with learning things like we normally do this time around. This time around, we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate that we're here. We want to celebrate that we're resilient, and we both work in the creative industries, and many of you who are listening do as well. And we want to celebrate that, and we want to celebrate you. So it's going to look a little bit different this time, because we've invited our 3 guests to give us a little bit of themselves and to share a little bit of their art with us. And so I hope you are ready to snuggle up and listen to the beautiful sounds of Bukola, of Jess Vira, and of Desirée Dawson. So we're going to start, and I want you to know that we haven't heard any of these yet either. So
we're very excited. It's been in our inbox and we haven't been able to open it because we were waiting for you guys.
Yes. So Raquel's given me the lovely job of choosing the lineup and in terms of the order that people are going to go. We both came to consensus on these 3 artists. So I would like to first introduce you to Bukola.
Hi everybody, my name is Bukola, and my favorite winter memory would definitely have to be every single time that my siblings and I try to make gingerbread houses. The box always comes with, like an example of how they're supposed to look like, and ours just never end up looking nearly half as good. So it's just always funny how we try so hard every year to make a really good gingerbread house, and they just always look very, very questionable. So yes, that is definitely my favorite winter memory. Alrighty, so the song that I'm going to be singing for you all today is a song off of my debut EP, which is going to be released next year, so stay tuned for that. But it's called Falling Deeper, and I co-wrote it with a bunch of super cool people, so I hope you enjoy it as much as I loved being a part of it. needs the truth, like dazed and confused, and you need me, like war needs peace, how the heart needs to beat. You're my pain's remedy, and we just need a moment for time to be frozen, so we can leave it all behind. Let's just keep falling, falling, falling deeper, falling like we are now. Let's just keep falling, falling, falling deeper, falling like we can't hit the ground. When it comes to the end, you'll be more than a friend. Turn my weakness to strength, the only one who understands. And no one will believe we've been here for centuries. Oh, the epitome of what love could be. Let's just keep falling, falling, falling deeper, falling like we are now. Let's just keep falling, falling, falling deeper, falling like we can't hit the ground. Let's just keep falling, falling, falling deeper, falling like we are now. Let's just keep falling, falling and falling deeper, falling like we can't hit the ground.
Oh my goodness, Bukola, what a joy. What
Are
a
you feeling
joy.
decompressed? Because I feel decompressed. I was like,
Oh,
eyes closed. That made me feel so good.
it just, I mean, that line, what was it? We need each other like war needs peace. What a beautiful line. I mean, I met Bukola when oh my goodness, she must have been 15 years old.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit older. She won the Battle of the Bands here in a local competition. I know her manager, Mark, and my goodness, she just exudes the joy that I think you really need when you are about to embark on a career in the creative field. And you know what? At some point, we won't need to have to overcompensate with that level of joy, but I feel like we should all have it anyway. You know, she's just got it. She's just got such a gorgeous timbre and the
And a true
moments,
passion.
right? And she's a very thoughtful storyteller.
Oh, that was beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for today.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess let's move on to our second guest. I love the little gingerbread house story. You know, I've never actually made a gingerbread house, but I will tell you a little story. Yeah, I haven't. But when I was a kid, and this is a testament to growing up in different places, one of my favorite clubs was the Aberdeen Marina Club. And the Aberdeen Marina Club was like, it was so exclusive, and my family didn't have a membership, but we had friends who did, and that was where I fell in love with French onion soup, and also fell in love with the themes that they had. And during Easter time, Easter and Christmas, I believe, they made a shop out of actual gingerbread that was a gingerbread house. And that, to me, probably put me off from ever trying to make my own gingerbread house, because I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to compete with that one. And you couldn't get too close because they didn't want people to eat it, because people had to stand in that and sell sweets.
That's
my
I can't imagine they did gingerbread for Easter. That would be a
Why
odd
not?
thing.
Why not?
Well, Easter's not usually a gingerbready kind of affair.
Well, I mean, if you got it for one holiday,
Well,
why
they're just
not
good at it,
reuse-
so they
Maybe
did it
was
again.
the same gingerbread house. They were like, let's
It's
just put
been
this
a
glaze
hot
on.
minute. Let's do another gingerbread.
We'll just use it again. Just take
Just
those
for the
panels
heck
down
of it.
carefully. Yeah.
You thought it was gingerbread. It wasn't even gingerbread. It was like, I don't know, putty made to look like gingerbread.
You know, it may well have been, but in my memory, it was real gingerbread because we couldn't eat it. We couldn't go near it. It was cordoned off, but it was real.
I have a similar story. My Opa, and I actually just had a bunch. They're so bad for you. They're like everything bad for you. But he makes these just for Sinterklaas, which is like the Dutch version of Christmas. It's on the 5th of December. He makes these things, and they're like translated into like pan cookies, I guess would be the closest thing to translate it to. But basically this was made by it's like one town in the Netherlands where people made it, and it was like a fishing town, and so this was like a type of cookie that they could make on the fishing boats because they wouldn't have an oven. And they're just made with like butter and sugar and cinnamon and like maybe some flour. It's like everything bad. That's pretty much all it is. But they melt in your mouth. They just literally like fall apart. They're so good. So that's kind of, I guess, my closest comparison to gingerbread that I'm in love with.
Oh, nice. Hey, are you all sitting comfortably right now? Are you all sitting by a candle or a fire or I don't know, the light of your laptop or phone screen?
The blue light.
Whatever light you've got near you. I hope you've cozied up to it. So we're about to take you on to our next guest, Jess Vira. And I've known Jess for some time. And Jess is a really great community champion. She's huge on building the community up and getting involved and supporting. She runs open mic nights all over the city. She's hosted competitions to help elevate the community and provide more opportunities. But for the purposes of tonight, more importantly for this context, she's so talented. She's a looper. She's a multi-instrumentalist. And I just can't wait to show you what we have. So without further ado, this is Jess Vira.
Hey, my name is Jess Vira, and one of my favorite fall and winter memories was walking in the November sun, and I was sort of hopping from sidewalk to sidewalk and chasing the patches of sun and just thinking a lot about sort of the leaves as they fall and that transition, that season kind of moving into stillness. So I wrote this song about that.
I crisscross the street from sidewalk to sidewalk, chasing patches of November sun. My cheeks warm as if I've been paid the loveliest of compliments. Words spoken of my character rather than my looks. With the slanted sun, I feel a shift in focus. Like a tree from its leaves, preparing for winter, leaving mottled patterns of transition littered at my feet, insulating for the fallow season that lies ahead. For all the rhyme and reason unsaid, well, it is time to put them to bed.
Beautiful.
You know, I could just, when I was a kid, I read Charlotte's Web. And that was the first book. And you and I are both word nerds and we read all the time now. That was the first book that I loved so much that I wanted to eat the words off the page. And there were so many moments that I had in listening to Jess's lyrics. You know, the sun warming my cheeks like the loveliest compliment. Just the imagery was so true and just brought me right there with her. That, yeah, I want to listen to that a million times again.
I'm so glad we have these recorded so we can listen to them over and over again.
And so can you.
Right? Yeah, that was beautiful. And I have to say, I love her earrings too. They were very on theme.
Yeah, these big autumn leaves. Jess Vira I've had the honor and the privilege of watching the evolution of Jess. Now, the talent and a great friend and mentor of mine has always said this. When you're at a certain point in your career, the talent is inherently there. We know that. What differentiates you is how you use it and how you deliver it and what opportunities you can find. And we've had conversations throughout the course of this year about people who, you know, really, they love a thing so much that they figure out how to stay in it in every capacity. And then as they progress, they find ways to do only what they can do in that industry. And that's what I love so much about Jess, is that I feel like her community spirit enriches her lyricism and her musicality.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just enjoying this way too much. My thinking brain
basking.
has turned off and my relaxing and listening to
I know, I can't help intellectualizing. You know, yeah, thank you, Jess. What a joy of a human being. Like, you know, we've just listened to Bukola, who at every turn is polite and engaging and engaged, you know, with what you're talking about, what you're saying, and so humble and so joyous. And same with Jess. She's just pulled this imagery out and is so generous. And, you know, one of the big things about that is both frustrating and empowering in some weird way at the same time, because it sets us up for the challenge, is to really understand the value of that art. You know, what gets put into what those people just gave us.
Absolutely. And just so you all know, because I don't even think we led with this, when we reached out to them to do this episode, we asked them to write a love letter to the winter, because we wanted to warm up the season. And so what you're hearing is their love letters to the season. And I think that that's been so clear already with the first two. It's just, it feels like love. And I totally, when you were talking about reading, I was like, oh, totally. Like I can just picture myself sitting in my little nook with my book and you know, it's all warm inside and it's snowing outside. Even here, I'm on the island right now, and I'm in the mountains actually. And so all day today, my friend's in California, and she was like, "What's the weather like there? Is it dry? Is it raining?" And I was like, "Well, it's raining." And it was super foggy, and I said, "But it's so stunning. It's got that West Coast fog roll that you can't find anywhere else." And anyone who's from around here, and if you're not, you have something that makes where you live special. You have those memories, and I think it's really important this year, especially, to take a minute and get back to those basics and give yourself some time and self-love, because it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for the planet. It's been a rough year for humans, for humanity.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit crazy out there.
It's been a
So
ride.
yeah, you gotta give some self-love.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's beautifully said, Raquel. So in our spirit of wondrousness and our winter wondermind hugs, audio hugs,
Audio hugs.
I don't know how to explain Desirée Dawson. So I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is let Desirée Dawson explain herself. And we are going to listen to the beautiful love letter. And then we'll talk about it later. So sit back. If you have your favorite beverage, take a sip. Take a big breath. And here we go.
Hello, my name is Desirée Dawson, and I'm going to share a song with you today. Before I do that, I wanted to give a little bit of an ode to Winter, and to be honest, Winter and I are not the best of friends. We love each other from afar, I like to think, but I'm like a sun on my face kind of gal, like a warm weather kind of person. So, you know, we don't get along. But I have to say, I do really, really, really appreciate being able to watch the seasons change. I really love coziness, and I use that word so often. So obviously I love like a good sweater, and I love being near the fire, and I love how kind of inwards this season is. So there are things about it that I love, but yeah, we just have our differences. And this song is also kind of like a warm, cozy hug, and I wrote it with those in mind, you know, those people in my life who've just been there for me no matter what, who've supported me, who've kind of been like, just allowed me to kind of live my wild dreams and never question me, just let me be me. And that's really special, and I hope that everyone has someone like that in their lives. So yeah, this is called I'll Fly. First I flew, then I fell. You're always there, you know me well. There's no hiding things from you. Not that I'm even trying to. You're on my heart whenever life takes me on a bumpy ride. There's no hiding it from you. You're always riding with me too. I've memorized your number. It's ingrained deep in me. I soar because of you. Your wings, they set me free. And I'll fly in the face of danger. And I'll fly, fear has been no stranger. And I'll fly, and I'll fly, and I'll fly in the face of danger. And I'll fly, fear has been no stranger. And I'll fly. And I fly. Words are strong and powerful. I'll write for you till I grow old. It won't ever be enough to express all of my love. heart has been a guide, showing me the brightest lights. Will it ever be enough? Oh, this downpour of my love, I've memorized your number. It's ingrained deep in me. I soar because of you. Your wings, they set me free, and I'll fly in the face of danger, and I'll fly, fear has been no stranger, and I'll fly, and I'll fly, and I'll fly in the face of danger, and I'll fly, fear has been no stranger, and I fly, and I fly. I know that I'm strong, won't ever lose trust. I know that I'm strong, I owe it all to your love. I know that I'm strong, won't ever lose trust. I know that I am strong, I owe it all to your love. I know that I am strong, won't ever lose trust. I know that I am strong, and I'll fly in the face of danger, and I'll fly, fear has been no stranger, but I'll fly, and I'll fly because of you. I'll fly because of you. I'll tell you why I fly, because of you. I hope you have the coziest winter ever.
I'm gonna bring my cozy blanket. Snoopy, this is the only time I've woke him up to come
Oh,
cuddle.
you woke Snoopy up?
Yeah, he was sleeping next to me, but I wanted him to cuddle me because that song made me feel cozy.
Oh, Desiree.
Oh my gosh. So I have known Desiree for years now. She used to record in my living room. We had a bit of a makeshift recording, I guess you could call it studio if it's in your living room. But yeah, she used to come record there, and I met her originally at a yoga retreat in White Rock, and she was playing there, and I heard her and I was like, this woman is amazing. She just, I'm pretty picky with music, and I heard her voice and I was like, there's something magic about her. And the songs she was writing, like the feels were so there, and it was just, I don't even know. It's that X factor. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. And then I just introduced her to everybody I knew who I thought could do anything good for her.
And she won CBC Searchlight.
Yeah,
a few years back. I
she's
think she was the first
incredible.
ever winner. She was the first winner of the first competition, I believe.
I don't know. I am not sure about that.
I think she was. I believe that she was.
Yeah, she's just incredible. Her songwriting it always hits me in the feels, and she's such a light. Yeah, I adore Desiree. And that song, again, as usual, did hit me in the feels, because I was saying earlier today that this was this was one of my lovings, was exactly what she's saying. It's just that support that you develop for yourself, and sometimes you just hit those modes where you feel your support group more than usual for whatever reason, and just so thankful, being so grateful for the people you have around you.
And I think I can speak on behalf of both of us, Raquel, when I say we're really grateful for all of you who are listening. We've had
Absolutely.
so many responses, so many conversations with people who listen every week, who are just, elevating and getting better at what they do every time. And I want to do a very special shout out right now, because I know that this is going to be a tough episode for her to edit. But Christy Chan has been on our team now, and I've been waiting to announce it because we're waiting to get her branding sorted, and we need to get her a logo and get her set up. But for those of you who don't know, at this stage, this is all sweat equity. Let's put it that way. We're all volunteering our time. And I don't want to say volunteer because we're investing it, really. Christy Chan came on not too long ago and has been doing all the audio editing. And I want to do a really big shout out to, these artists here know how to record themselves, and they've worked very hard to be able to do that. And that know-how, we talk about their talent a lot, but we don't talk nearly enough about what I call the de-glamorized side of the industry, which is, the facets of the industry that are you don't see. The microphone I'm speaking into, someone developed that. Someone helped me set this up. Someone helped us with our levels. Christy is going to be editing these,
which is quite the feat. Let us tell you, because we did it
feat.
first.
Oh yes, yeah. I believe
we're
that
so
day,
thankful.
Yeah, I think that day was the day that I broke a little bit, and Raquel had to pick me up from off the floor. But I want to say thank you to Christy, because she's an absolute gem and very passionate about supporting the community. But I want to say thank you to all of you as well for listening, for investing your time with us, and to people like Desirée and to Jess and to Bukola. They've invested their time in us as well tonight. And, one thing that I can't tell you enough is I don't have the answer on how to support the arts. I don't want for you to feel like you have to give anyone charity. What I want for you to do is feel compelled to invest in these artists. So if you've enjoyed what you've heard, I would invite you to go like them on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to buy some
Find
music
them on Spotify.
That's a
great way. Yeah.
If you want to buy some music, do it. If you want to just share with other people privately that you listened, do it. It doesn't always have to be about money. It always has to be about value. And I think if you valued what you heard, the way that we do, find the way that is appropriate for you to express that appreciation. Because right now, as we move into winter, as we're deep into winter, I should say, we need to be conscious of what helps us to feel that little bit better, and to share that with each other, and to show the appreciation. Because I think a lot of the time, these people, these three artists, Christy, there was zero hesitation. They didn't even, stop for a second to think about whether it was right. I think they trusted us enough, and I want to respect the value of that. And I'm looking. I mean, these three artists, they don't need your help. I'm going to be totally honest. They're going to be superstars with or without you. So don't make it into I should try and support. If you want to be a part of their growth, do it, because they're worth it, and so are you. And if you have art that you want to share, if you want to share things with us that you want us to post on our stories, when you listen to this, if you have a poem, if you have you want to send us a little clip of what you've done, send it to us at Bombshell Brunches on Instagram. Send it to us in a format that we can post it up. What do you have to say about that, Raquel? I've been talking a lot.
Absolutely. I think my big thing recently, and I think we all need a little bit more of it, is connection. So definitely, if you had any of these artists resonating with you, find them on Spotify, find them on iTunes, find them on YouTube or wherever you listen to your music, because their music is phenomenal and you won't regret it. But also, I think right now we can all use a little reach out. You know, if you heard it and you liked it, send them a DM. I think that's really nice. And I often forget about the power of just those little micro messages. Right? And they can just change someone's day to just send that. And you know that someone's thinking of you or that something resonated with you. So, you know, do that with the artists. Don't be shy. They're so lovely as humans. Do it with us because we miss all of you. So please DM us. And do it with each other. Yeah.
So I guess that wraps us up for this episode. We've tried something different, and you know what? I would really love to hear if you enjoyed it, because we might be able to do it once a season. Could be
Absolutely.
a little fun thing to throw in. So we hope you're comfy. We hope you're cozy. We hope you play this one on repeat. And let's remember that summer is around the corner. And if winter is not your friend, then at least you can walk alongside it with a good soundtrack and two friends in your ears, Christina and Raquel, who say cheers to you and to us and to taking our next steps, whatever they are, however big or small. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Love you guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening, Bombshells. In order to continue to elevate, subscribe and don't forget to click that little bell so you can get notified every time we have a new badass brunch. Until next time, stay focused, fierce, and fabulous.